We now begin with the next session, Indian Cotton 2021 and beyond. How to increase Indian cotton productivity. The Cotton Corporation of India Limited is actively involved in development and promotion of cotton in India. It has spearheaded innumerable projects for development and promotion of Indian cotton, even under the erstwhile technology mission on cotton. Mr. Pradeep Kumar Agarwal is associated with CCI for the last several decades in various capacities. Currently, he is the chairman cum managing director of the Cotton Corporation of India. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Pradeep Kumar Agarwal, the chairman cum managing director of the Cotton Corporation of India.
Good morning, my friends. Shabba Khair, Namaskar. And I wish a very happy World Cotton Day to all of you. You'd all appreciate that cotton is not just a commodity for we Indians. Rather, it is our culture, way of life, tradition, which connect us to the root from the very beginning of human civilization. I recall the quote of Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi, "I see God in every thread that I draw on a spinning wheel." And a spinning wheel represents the hope of masses and the biggest source of strength and motivation for continuous work. Spinning wheel means चरखा. चरखा हमेशा चलता रहता है और जन समुदाय की आशाओं का एक प्रतीक होता है जो हमें न केवल प्रोत्साहित करता है वरन लगातार कार्य करने के लिए चरखे की भांति कार्य करने के लिए प्रेरित करता है. जैसा गनात्रा जी ने बताया, पार्टीशन के बाद जो प्रोडक्टिव एरिया था, इरिगेटेड एरिया था, वो पाकिस्तान में चला गया and we were truncated with the land, limited land, and our productivity and area was very limited with us. In 1947, our area was just 43 lakh hectares and our yield was just 70 kg, which has now reached with the various governmental measures, rainwater harvesting, HDPES, intercropping, drip irrigation facilities by the government, and TMC, erstwhile TMC, we could reach from 43 lakh hectares to 133 lakh hectares. And our productivity has also increased from 70 kg per hectare to 500, more than 500 kg in recent past. Now, cotton plays a major role in India, and around 80 lakh farmers are engaged in cotton cultivation. In my opinion, the biggest boost to cotton cultivation has come with the government decision of paying them MSP rate of 1.5 times of A2 plus FL. A2 plus FL means entire cost of production plus family labor. Because earlier, the family labor was not taken into consideration by the CSCP, which was taken 3 years back after implementation of Swaminathan report. This decision has motivated our cotton farmers to a great extent to keep their sustained interest in cotton cultivation. मुझे ये कहते हुए अत्यंत खुशी है कि इंडिया को ये प्रिविलेज है कि हमें नंबर 1 कॉटन प्रोड्यूसिंग स्टेट होने का ताज मिला है. We are crowned with the number 1 cotton producing state, and all credit goes to our cotton farmers who, despite their small land holdings, brought this pride to our nation. I can expect a big round of applause for them, for cotton farmers. Now we come to cotton, how we can increase our cotton production. Friends, you all are knowing that cotton consumption in our country is every day. You hear that the market is rising. That clearly shows that our consumption is increasing and reaching nearer to our production. Ganatra Saab said 330 lakh bales consumption, but as per my gut feeling, it may not be less than 340 to 350 lakh bales. The way market is behaving, it clearly shows that the mills are consuming and there is a good margins at every stakeholders in the value chain. So soon we may touch 350 or 360 lakh bales consumption, and more or less our production is also same. So if we don't think this is the right time to think how to increase our production, if we do not increase our production, then we rightly said by some member that India is nearing towards a deficient country. So there is a dire need to think ways and means how to improve our production. Since our farmers have brought biggest producing country name with the small yield, our yield is not more than 450 to 500, whereas the world average is 750, and the highest yield is from 1800 to 2000 kg per hectare by Australia, USA, and Brazil. Just think, if we can increase our yield from 500 to 750, we can easily increase our production from 350 to 600 lakh bales per year. That will make our country situation very comfortable. We can not only feed our country, we can become Atmanirbhar on cotton production. We can export value-added textile products with good foreign exchange earnings. My humble request to all the industry is we should come forward, join hands, and think how to increase yield. Because for yield, we have to approach to the government so that those countries which are giving the best yield, we can import their technology. We should enter into technical know-how agreement. We can borrow their techniques, which is suitable to the Indian circumstances. Our Indian scientist has to play a big role in this direction, because unless we develop short duration, high yielding varieties, we will not stand with this yield because it is too low yield. Our farmers have to put a lot of efforts, and we have to put a large area of our cotton cultivation for cotton cultivation. If that area can be spared, we can do miracles. We can do so many other things for which we are dependent on other countries. In my opinion, the second challenge is number of varieties. In India, we have more than 1,000 varieties of cotton. So our farmers are totally confused what variety they should sow. There is no guidance. So there should be a concentrated efforts with the help of scientists. What variety is suitable to the local area, soil condition, soil health condition. That variety should be popularized, selected, and propagated so that the farmers can go for a right variety at right time. And earlier the concept was one village, one variety. In my opinion, this concept we have to elaborate more. We should go for at least one variety, one district, one variety, or if possible, one state, one or two varieties. That will give a very good uniformity to the industry. They can be sure what they are buying, what cotton they require. They can make a certain very good decisions in their cotton mixing and count making pattern. Third, emphasis should be given among the farmers by issuing timely advisories for transfer of technology from lab to field. The best technique, which was 3-4 years back, was frontline demonstration technology, which CCI was also associated, but I don't know what are the reasons with this FLD programs has been discontinued or not very much popular these days. Although we are doing some FLDs from our CSR funds, but it is not enough. We have to create in a big way this FLD demonstration to the field. We have to convince our farmers for intercropping techniques, high density planting system, soil moisture conservation techniques, suitable agronomic practices, and mechanized harvesting techniques. Contract farming can be another alternative for farmers, where the pool of farmers can be joined and industry, CCI, there can be a tripartite agreement. So we can produce what industry wants and farmers can get an assured price of their produce. This can be a better model. Recently, our Honorable Minister of Textiles, he suggested that rain-fed area is the biggest issue in productivity. So his emphasis was that we should, in a big scale, we should propagate drip irrigation facilities. We should make each and every farm available with drip irrigation facilities. We have to think, because the drip irrigation, which is costing a little bit higher now, if we think of a higher scale, then the fixed cost can be reduced to a minimum. and this facility can be made available to the farmer at a very cheaper price at a large scale economy. With these words, regarding the productivity increase, I have made a tagline for World Cotton Day. I would like to pronounce here. भारत ने अब ये है ठानी, हर खेत तक पहुंचाना है पानी, कपास उपज को जल्द बढ़ाना, किसान की आय को दोगुना बढ़ाना, किसानों को यही होगी सच्ची सलामी. With these words, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय हिंद, जय वर्ल्ड कॉटन डे. Thank you.
Anshul, I would like to go because there is another seminar IMG ka. May I have my 5 minutes speech now?
Yes, sure, if that's okay with everybody. Yeah.
Anshul,
Yes.
Anshul, before you thank to Agarwal ji, I want to say from Cotton Association of India, on behalf of Cotton Association of India, I want to say congratulations to Agarwal ji and the entire CCI team for handling continuous 2 years a large MSP operations in very balanced way, where the entire textile value chain from the brokers, traders, giners and spinning mills also has been got benefited from the CCI. So balanced way the Agarwal ji and the entire team has handled this MSP operation, which I have seen from last 30 years, every 4 years or 5 years, once only the MSP operation was taking place. But last 2 years, continuously CCI has purchased 1 crore bale and above. So they have done lot of hard working. So I want to congratulate Agarwal ji and the entire CCI team. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So you can go ahead if you want to do your speech.
Yeah, I think first of all, let me thank the organizers for calling me and join this World Cotton Day. I think I have written a very good article in Marathi today, which has already been published. I would like to welcome Surajji Kotak. I think I am seeing him after a very long time, Ganatraji and all your association members. I think Agarwalji has very rightly said about some of those areas which are. Let me tell you another very important thing. I think since CICR in cotton we have analyzed, there are 16 districts in the country where the productivity is above 650 kg lead per hectare. There are 75 districts where the productivity is between 500 to 600. But there are 115 districts where the productivity is less than 350. Majority of them, as Agarwal has said, is they are all rain-fed situations. And it is a very wonderful thing. I am from Vidarbha. I can show you 10 farmers who are already drawing more than 25 quintals per acre every year, simply because they are using what is called as the drip irrigation. And I think the most important part therefore is how all these areas which are basically dryland areas, how they can be, we can have what is called as a precision farming done. And in precision farming, we can increase the productivity of cotton to nearly 1000 kg. The second thing is, there is already research being done on short duration crop, which he has referred. Short duration crop is very suitable in dryland areas, perfectly okay, because we want only 2 peaks. But the HDPS technology, which has been tried on 800 demonstrations in Vidarbha, has never become popular. We must find out why. I think there must be some reason, and that is what we have to have. The third approach, which we are doing already as an association from Agrovision Foundation under the leadership of Mr. Nitinji Gadkari, is about a community approach. You see, pink bollworm management has been done successfully for the last 3 years in Vidarbha. We have now this new program called as Project Bandhan. Maybe many of you must have heard about it. Now, Project Bandhan is a new technology called as PB rope technology, where we tie these ropes like Rakhi to the plants and we deviate. This is called as a mating disruption technology. And you will be happy to know that my association, SABC, and Agrovision Foundation, we have taken 300 acres land, 300 acres, 270 farmers whose field we are operating this year. I would request your association members to come and see how the massive program which has been done. The largest demonstration on pink bollworm management in the country being done near Nagpur under the leadership of our Nitinji Gadkari. I think this should be the emulate. The whole problem in cotton is community approach. He has often said, we want only few varieties in the district. Let me tell you, there may be hundreds of varieties, but in short, in terms of quality, there are not more than 20 varieties or hybrids in this country. Only thing is we'll have to make a grouping of them so that we know where to grow them. I think some of these approaches, which I said, irrigation, drip irrigation, particularly in vertisol. Vertisol means black cotton soil. Then HDPS popularization in some of the areas where irrigation cannot go, and community approach for management of any pest and disease in cotton. I would say that we'll be able to really achieve doubling of the farmers' income, which our Honorable Prime Minister has already said. So with these few words, I would like to again to say that I am happy World Cotton Day to almost all those geners, spinners, businessmen, traders, and everybody involved in that from our society, Indian Society for Cotton Improvement, and South Asia Biotechnology Center, of which I am president of both. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. C.D. Mair and Mr. Agarwal, for sharing your illuminating insights. It is really knowledgeable for all of us. Confederation of Indian Textile Industry is the apex body of Indian textile industry. It has a dedicated research wing, CITI, Cotton Development and Research Association, CITI CIDRA, which has successfully implemented various frontline demonstrations and field trials in the states of Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh, resulting in stupendous improvement in cotton yield. Mr. T. Rajkumar, the current chairman of CITI, has been the former chairman of CIMA and CIMA CIDRA, and is also a member of the governing council of the Cotton Textiles Export Promotion Council, TexProcil. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. T. Rajkumar, the chairman of the Confederation of Indian Textile Industry.
Thank you. Respected Shri Atul Ganantaraji, President, Cotton Association of India. Respected Shri Pradeep Kumar Agarwalji, CMD, Cotton Corporation of India. Respected Shri Suresh Kotakji, Chairman, Kotak Group of Companies. Respected Dr. Maiji, Chairman, AFC India Limited. Friends from the cotton textile industry, good morning to all. At the outset, let me wish all of you the World Cotton Day wishes. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the Cotton Association of India for organizing this cotton workshop on the occasion of World Cotton Day. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Cotton Association of India for inviting me to this session titled Indian Cotton 2021 and Beyond, how to increase productivity, yield in India, and share my thoughts on the same. Today is the second anniversary of the World Cotton Day, which we celebrate to recognize the importance of cotton as a global commodity that's been grown in over 75 countries across the 5 continents, and also to highlight the central role in job creation and maintaining economic stability in several least developed countries. Indian cotton textile industry is more than 5,000 years old, and its cultivation plays a major role in sustaining the livelihoods of around 6.5 million cotton farmers and several million people engaged in the related activities. Indian cotton sector has a presence in the entire value chain from farm to fashion. India has the highest acreage of cotton cultivation in the world, accounting to 34%, and has a share of around 25% in the global cotton production. Though India is self-sufficient in terms of long staple cotton availability for domestic industry, Yet, its cotton sector is facing issues of shortage of ELS cotton, low yield, high contamination, while the national average yields in countries like Australia, China, Mexico, and Brazil have been more than 1,500 kg lint per hectare. In recent years, India's cotton yield is stagnated at around 450 kgs of lint per hectare. Cotton cultivation in India follows a different pattern from the rest of the world, which is majority due to one policy factor, hybrid cotton. While India is now saturated with hybrid cotton, the rest of the world adopts the concept of variety cotton. Apart from this, Indian cotton sector faces certain other challenges like outdated seed technology, poor agronomy research, high moisture content in seed cotton, no bale tagging system, small land holdings, poor water management, manual plucking of cotton, price volatility, increased use of insecticides and fertilizer, mainly after the year 2006. Bing palworm developed resistance to Balgard 2 only in India just in 4 to 5 years, while in other countries, even after 16 years of exposure to BT cotton, there is no resistance to Balgard 2 yet. With a little scope in increasing the cotton acreage further, India needs to seriously introspect and explore ideas to increase cotton yield, reduce contamination, short fiber content, and improve cotton fiber quality parameters. It is essential to conduct regular awareness programs to educate the farmers about the global practice like high density planting, usage of BT varieties, precision chemical input management, canopy management, etc., and motivate the farmers to adopt these practices to cultivate more and clean cotton. An increase in yield will not be beneficial just for the farmers as they will get higher returns, but it will also make the Indian cotton textile industry more competitive as the textile industry will get better quality cotton at more competitive prices. I am sure with the commitments from all the stakeholders of cotton value chain, many of these issues of cotton cultivation can be addressed within a very short time frame, and India can emerge as a global leader in cotton cultivation and global cotton value chain. I highly appreciate the proactive initiatives taken by the Cotton Association of India under the leadership of Atul Ganantharaju for the development of cotton and related activities since its inception. CII has been working very closely with CITI for addressing cotton and its related issues. I once again thank CII for organizing this significant workshop and inviting me as a speaker for this section. Friends, today, the Confederation of Indian Textile Industries Cotton Development and Research Association is celebrating its golden jubilee, and we do have organized a seminar which starts by 2:30, and at 4:30, our Honorable Minister for Textiles, Sri Piyush Goyal ji, is addressing the seminar. I request you all to join for the seminar. I once again wish CI all the best for the future endeavors and hope that they will organize many more workshops like this in the future, which will be very useful for the cotton textile value chain. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your eloquent address. Ladies and gentlemen.
Anchal, 1 minute before you invite Sri Suresh Bhai, I want to say something for Rajkumar ji.
Sure.
Thanks a lot, Rajkumar ji. Actually, Rajkumar ji is traveling in Europe, but on request of CI, he has attended the CI workshop. So that is showing how much love he has for the cotton. Thank you very much, Rajkumar ji. Thank you. Yes, Anchal, please continue.
Thank you, sir, once again. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker needs no introduction. He is a former president of CAI, and his association with CAI and cotton and textile industry of India dates back to over 60 years. He is a doyen of Indian cotton trade and regarded as an encyclopedia of Indian cotton. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Suresh Kotak, the chairman of the Kotak Group of Companies.
Dear friends in Indian cotton fraternity, respected Ganatraji, Shri Pradeep Kumarji Agarwal, my friend, Shri Bhupendraji, and other dignitaries of cotton as well as CAI board, all of them I compliment. The theme Indian Cotton 2021 and beyond, taking the stock of the present situation as well as going beyond with a focused, critical emphasis on increasing cotton productivity. Today is a very auspicious day to start and very auspicious day to resolve. Today is the first day of Navrat and it coincides with two things. One thing is CAI is becoming centurion, and secondly, this is 7th October, the global day of reckoning of cotton, World Cotton Day. Friends, let us painfully accept that India suffers chronically from severe stagnation in cotton yields and that our cotton production itself is paradoxical. Why paradoxical? Though globally we are the biggest producer of cotton and second biggest exporter, we rank lowest in productivity. This is a malady to be corrected right away on today's auspicious day with resolve. Retrospectively speaking, there have been good benefits of introduction of BT and hybrids because our yields were abysmally much lower to the extent of 7 kg per hectare, as very well said by Pradeep Kumarji. We have advanced from that point. But the most revealing point is after 2003, our production has increased only by increasing development of acreage to cotton production by 50%. And today, our acreage deployment is 33% of the world average. This is too much, and this is too uneconomic proposition, and therefore the productivity improvement is a sine qua non. Just juxtapose our stagnated low yield of 500 kg against average yield of 1500 kg hectare achieved by advanced yield countries such as Australia, Brazil, China, Israel, Mexico and Turkey for our future productivity roadmap. It portends, friends, that we need to change our thinking through introspection, through revising our production concepts, our systems, our methods, and our crop management, and deeply study and adopt the best methods and practices followed by those high achievers. Appreciatively, eminent Indian scientists today has started changing our thinking through introspecting and revising our production concepts, systems, methods, and crop managements, etc. ICAR scientists have been tailor-making our production systems and have worked out 21 short duration BT hybrid variety cotton crop. The revelations of introspection are most revealing that the scientists say that the Indian cotton remains, most important thing, Indian cotton remains thirsty and hungry during flowering and fruiting period. The Indian cotton remains famished. Indian cotton, when it needs water and nutrients, our production and agronomic system does not provide that. And that is the root cause which our scientists have found. And that famish, that kind of famish has to be worked out and be corrected. This is only because of one factor, that our long duration hybrid takes up total 160 to 240 days, rendering our late flowering and fruiting plant starved, and it is vulnerable to pests and all sorts of insects and disease. Further, our present hybrids are of low harvest index technically, and they are bush type, converting the growth into vegetative mode and not into reproductive mode. We must redirect the growth to the reproductive mode. So what are the actions that we take? Two areas which I demarcate overall are: first is technological and another is operational cum managerial. Technologically, we must adapt and tailor make from latest technology in cotton production system from various countries. From China, from Australia, and from Brazil, there are some good novel production systems. Turkey has very helpful production system for organic cotton. For organic cotton, Turkey has worked out a very good system. I am not taking elaborately, but if we go on country-wise comparison in depth, we will find a number of measures that we can adapt. So we have to evolve our own technological needs by having short duration, better sympodial architecture, early maturing and synchronous flowering and fruiting, high harvest index with least unproductive branches and leaves, resistant to sucking insects, bacterial blight, leaf curl virus and other diseases. Second thing is our plant management operationally. The various countries have different adoptable good practices, and let us cull out from them appropriate technology. However, illustratively, the integrated crop management practices in Israel, with a special emphasis on drip irrigation with fertilization, which is known not only irrigation but fertigation. So fertilizer and irrigation get combined. So it is known as fertigation, which gives a lot of benefit in nutrition and water management. This can benefit us immensely because as very rightly said by Dr. Mai and Pradeep Kumarji, that 60% of our area fall under the rain-fed conditions, and we have to attend to this phenomena. We have to emulate other aspects like high density production management and plant geometry from Brazil. The research outfit of Australia directs us that the farmers who get extension services every year with a renewal of BMP, which is best management practices every year, so that they learn from their past mistakes. Finally, let us strengthen our extension system pretty well. In essence, what is needed is high density planting, short duration BT varieties, conservation tillage, mulching, canopy management, orientation of rows for light interception, higher plant population, intercropping, also discipline and study timely crop termination, that is management, which is done in Egypt very well. INW, that is integrated nutrient management, should work in consonance for harmonized crop health management system. Due to time strap, I have merely catalogued various kind of suggestions, but each suggestion we can write very elaborately. Conclusion: To achieve above, let us introduce a unified body, namely National Cotton Board, for which a model can be drawn from National Cotton Development Council of USA. Agarwalji, I specially recommend you also to take a lead, and also CAI to take a lead, because CAI in earlier times has advocated and proposed to the government, which was approved by the then CEO of Cotton Association, Cotton Corporation, Mr. Lal. And this kind of cotton board should unify and converge the interest of the entire stakeholders like farmers, consumers, cotton distributors, state and central government, and agriculture department of all. And I would request that the CAI in their centurion year must take this initiative to promote this kind of institutional framework. Highly potential cotton with composite economics, cotton has a composite economics. We can lead our nation to great prosperity. One additional bale of cotton can generate 5 jobs minimum. Friends, today's action is destiny of tomorrow. Let us act together and get together. Sahana Bhavatu. We wish you a good, cotton, purposeful, fruitful day. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Suresh bhai. We have noted down all your suggestions for increasing Indian cotton yield. We together, CCI, CI and City, under Textile Ministry's guidance, we will work on this project and we'll do the needful, and we'll see that India reaches at least 700 kg world average acreage. And let us our dream of Suresh bhai, Rajkumar ji and Agarwal ji of 500 plus lakh bales Indian crop. We all stakeholders, mainly CCI, City and CI will work together. So thank you very much once again, Suresh bhai. Over to Anchal.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kotak, for your wonderful address. Honestly, I think I probably know 2% of as much as all of you, but as a millennial, I genuinely believe cotton is a way for the future. It's sustainable, it's slow fashion, and I think that's where our planet is going, and that's where we're headed for good. So yes.